Hey there everyone, welcome to a route learning video / review of East Coast Mainline, Peterborough to Doncaster. We are starting today at Grantham and we're going to be flying up to Doncaster. So I'm doing a bit of a shorter run today. Reason being, we've already done this run southbound in an 802 on a whole trains diagram. So if we do it northbound, slightly different stopping pattern. Hopefully it should be different enough for you guys to enjoy. So we'll just keep an eye on that HUD. We're halfway down the countdown timer. So as you can see, it's 801.234 still. Headlights are set. Perfect. Turn our AC up to high. There we go. I'll turn the game audio up a little as we are on electric traction today. Hopefully you guys are having a wonderful day. Mine's been pretty good, pretty good. Some minor snags, but it is what it is. You can never get through a day without any snags. Well, they are fairly major snags, but that's neither here nor thither. 35 seconds to the off. Train managers lock the doors. So no buzzer sound, that's fun. Reverser goes forward. We know it's agreed on the start signal. Let's go. So I'm straight into full power today. So as you can see, the 800s are really quick off the blocks. Start speed is 115, well it's 95, but there's the 115. So we can accelerate straight up to that. It's a fairly fast run, this. Fast, of course, on the DSD reset there. Cracking open my Relentless for the first proper video of Train Sim World 4. Let's hope this one goes well. There we go, signal's clear. So we're straight up to 115 and we're going to stay there for a bit. So actually picks up a bit, if anything. So we're climbing up Stoke Bank. So this is basically in the opposite direction here. Is where Scotsman achieved his record. Aside from the pan issue and the number issue, it does look blooming nice. My one bit of feedback is the door feels a bit wide. Like just proportionally looking at the model, the door looks a bit wide, but the rest of it is a-okay by me. There's 125, so I'm just going to accelerate straight up. I'll put up the throttle a second, back into full power, straight up to 125. Oh dear, remean. Yeah, it's been a heck of a day. Like I say, I've basically been down to Retford today and just come back. Literally came in the house, sat down, turned my PC on, and I'm getting this video knocked out because I've got a load of video I to edit tomorrow for work. And obviously back at work Monday. And then, yeah, it's just a heck of a day. And I've got a social engagement tomorrow. So I can't just sort of hibernate in the house and film YouTube videos all day for you guys. Sorry. Sure, we get a passenger mode knocked out for this, hopefully tonight. Interestingly, train door control. Like, none of this panel is simulated properly. Obviously, door release and door closes, but that's about it. Like, that would illuminate, and then the guard would have control. Is my understanding. 801 zooming southbound there. I have actually installed some reskins, so just to add variety. So there's a Lumo 801. To be honest, aside from the interior issues, isn't that dissimilar in the way it's modelled. Sort of in terms of external profile of the train. And there is Celebrating Scotland's in, and I think one of the special livery, which I've completely forgotten, is in. Or is it just? It might just be Celebrating Scotland, to be fair. Hopefully we'll see that today. If we do, it'll be fairly cool indeed. Yeah. So at the moment, this is my sort of third run on this route. I'll be honest. It feels really plain. Now, part of that, in my opinion, is the countryside they've chosen, or the part of the route they've chosen to set this in. You've got obviously Donny Peterborough, and that is a flying straight basically. It's what I like to call the boring section. South of Doncaster, north of Peterborough. I don't like. I used to be really good with my route knowledge, but just on this section, it's all the bloody same. Like I can sort of tell which stations I'm between by the landscape style, but like the problem is with the way TSW near to medium scenery works, I would not be pitching if you forced me to ask where I was. Oh, like from that I can't tell. From that I can on the East Coast Mainline, but yeah. It'll be a fun little run this though. Let's just quick check my notes. So yeah, I'm basically at 125 now until we fly through Newark, and then at Newark we stand on the brakes. Newark we stand on the brakes for the 100, and then going through, clearing the bridge after to go back up to 125. It's fairly clean and simple. Got a bit of a slowdown before Retford, then it picks back up and then it drops back down. Retford's 125 running, which, yeah. Oh, double amber, single amber next. So I'll go, just knock the train to idle. Allow it to coast down. If we get a single amber next, I'll apply a sharp brake application. When I say sharp, I mean like 40-50%. Quick little capture, I suppose, of the Azuma as we roll. Double amber. We'll stay coasting for now. Let the train ahead get some space on us. Moving around the cab here, you've got your headlight controls. Dimmed is what you'd use normally. Full you can use at night if you want a bit more viz. HVAC controls, can turn that off, can't we? Which kills a lot of the audio effect. Cab light controls, downlight area is basically light above your head. Cab central light is the light behind you. Desk illumination, reading light, which is off. DSD pedal height, CCTV camera controls, left hand door panel, CCTV event. So as the driver, the driver gives that a press. So if, like, say someone's assaulted on board, knock on wood, it wouldn't happen, but it could. Back to 125. I'll back to clear, so back up to 125. So yeah, they can mark that, so that way when the CCTV cell goes in to look at the CCTV on board, it basically puts a little flag in the footage for them, so it's easier to find. Line vault light, VCB. I don't think it should be illuminated, but that's just me. Safety system isolated, ADD, emergency brake plunger, snow brake, which is isolated on most units, I believe. This is Newark entering now, so I wonder why there's a 805 car 801 in the sidings there. I've got no idea on that one. I'm going to skim the speed off to 100. To be honest, entering the station's about the right time to do it northbound. Got people walking down the platform, which had me nervous. Uh-oh. There we go, idle. There you go. So, obviously, 4-step reverser, master key, throttle, notch accelerating, smooth braking, um, power for your tablet, TP2S4 control, DRA, brake pipe pressure indicator, brake percentage indicator, coupling controls, 125, hard on the power, let's go. Speedo, AWS acknowledge, ETCS acknowledge, trip, train wash control, which isn't simulated, wheel slip and slide light, signal, buzzers, doors, DSD, two-tone horn, I believe. Those are the KSJ horns. We've got pan controls, wiper controls, not simulated actually. Oh, they are. That's cool. Basically, I should be able to press that, and the pan will change sides. It just did it. Didn't do that the last time I ran it. Fair enough. No, that's entirely on me. Demist controls, wiper controls. So, okay, I'm gonna go idle again, just because obviously we're catching them just as they're clear, basically, which is fine. But it just means that we're aware that yeah. This corresponds to how many times a minute the wiper moves. So that's effectively once a second. That's once every 12 seconds in theory. Engine start, engine stop for GU, diesel mode. So that also works for if you are paired with an 800. So at the time of recording, the East Coast is doing what we call Carlisle diverts. That means trains are running from Newcastle to Edinburgh via Carlisle instead of sort of via Berwick, and that's just due to engineering works. Part of the way LNER ensures that service is we have what we call hybrid 10 cars. So you have a 5-car 801 and a 5-car. Oh shit on it. Back to coast. Sorry about that. So I do like the hood controls. We'll cover those in a bit more in another video. Don't know why I was in neutral there. Not sure again. So as I was saying, sorry, door controls right. TMS. So this isn't really 100% speaking accurate, specifically since things were 1.26 running 53 minutes dead late. We're right time running. So yeah, there you have it. Heard it here first, folks. Heard it here first. Next station we'll see, by the way, is Retford. Oh, by the way, is how registration works on the GSMR system in game. You can't type into it, so you've got to go register and take, which for the majority of people that works, I guess. GSMR handset, GSMR radio, internal call handset. So you've got your EC, which is emergency call. RS, I've never understood what that is. Internal call, all PA, selective PA. Fairly standard. Safety systems I stated on the back panel there, and there's a fuse board on there as well. So yeah, that is. So what was that? That's the cab tour, but we've got okay, so focusing on the environment art in this video. Like I say, it doesn't feel right, and I can't say why. I think it's probably the colour palette is what I've got an issue with, because this is set around today. And I mean, there's a video up on my channel that I posted on Saturday, which is today. I'm recording this at Retford. You can see the colours and the level of sort of vegetation density. That's it as well, density. It feels a bit shit. And I think it's because the density is not quite right. And like I say, The feedback I've heard from everyone on this route is it's a rush job, and it's right. Unfortunately, it's absolutely right as far as feedback goes. You know, it is. It feels like I've had like a 10-second plan for Alberg and a 10-second play on Antelope Valley. Those routes felt like they got the right amount of time in development. This route just doesn't. If you're working as a guard in this cow, of course, you dispatch from this panel here. You wouldn't use these switches or the CCTV, which is just interesting. Note like guards on LNER on trying to use the DOO cams, for example. So yeah, like I say, with the HUD, it shows about a quarter in advance. We're on clear aspects, clear signals. Next stop, Doncaster. Doncaster in about 20-ish minutes, a little under 20 minutes. Shows how much our average speed is going to drop on the approach because it's average speed of 60 miles an hour, whereas we are bombing through here at 125. This curve here I recognise. I know I came to a stand here once. So, but I think this is more the shape of the track and the buildings. I think it's the vegetation that I have an issue with on this route. That is what it is. The AWS, clear. Basically just bombing it up at 125, or up to 125. See the route as well. We started off from Grantham, which is there. No, it's not. It's there. Went out up here, and I've got that left to do. You can see that's Retford we're approaching. I'm definitely at 115. I definitely didn't just colossally speed there. In fairness, in my initial run through, I'm sure that had a Morpeth board on it. That's Gamston, I think. Yep. Huh. Taking that. Hang on, I need a screenshot of that. I was here about 5 hours ago. The video of Earl Scott on my channel heading southbound is filmed there. That's cool. Got a random crackling sound kicking in as well. And it's the second time I've heard it, which leads me to believe it's not just a me issue that I'm experiencing that. As we blast around the curve here, so like I said, we're coming in. We've got this is Retford proper. No, or it's Retford we're approaching, but Retford station will be in a beat or three. Or this also just isn't Retford and I'm completely wrong, which is entirely possible. There we go, and laying on the tones there for the one for Mr. B. You will see some footage from his layout appearing in YouTube Shorts on the channel shortly. I've got quite a few Friday videos coming out of it. It's gonna be great. Like there's had some really cool experiences today with trains. So yeah, Bum ba bum ba da ba 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 da ba 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 da ba 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 da ba ba da ba 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 da ba 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 da ba ba. Sorry, I just got music in my head now. Nice to hum a song though when you drive a train. That's like that's what drivers do. Apparently, they just sing to themselves. Or some do at least. No, your mileage with your driver may vary. Not one again. We're just basically moving between 120, 125. The IRL Azuma, so I disagree with the fact that they're speeding them up to 126 because they're not. There are instances of 800 series units doing 140 in by accident in passenger service. That happens. Um, the speed limiter is selectable. So you can basically, it's in the things in there. One of the things is speed control. And you can also, yeah, I've got no next stop reminder. How fascinating. That should be saying Doncaster. That's probably why that's saying I'm 62 minutes late. Even though I'm running right time. Um, yeah. No, like I say, sorry, my brain just melted. I do apologise, guys. Oh, right. Sorry about that, guys. Carrying on. So yeah, as I was saying, this may be Botany Bay. No, probably too far now. Yeah, it is. We passed Botany Bay a while back. Botany Bay sounds like a wonderful location. It's just a field. Yeah, it's called Botany Bay Level Crossing. It's just some farmers' fields. I thought it was like some sort of like I was expecting some like, cool sort of Kew Gardens-esque sort of maneuver, I guess. But yeah, yeah, there's not particularly amazing plant life there, and it's not near the sea. Actually, I think I know where it's Botany Bay. There is a canal in that area because I remember going past that, so it could be named for that. And like, I don't know, history's weird and irregular. But and to be honest, one of those things where we lost to history why it's called Botany Bay, but we'll see. See if I can find anything after the video. Today was pretty hardcore. Like I've only had 4.5 hours sleep, and yesterday was pretty intense. 115, 110, I think I was sorry. 110 even. It was 110. There we go. Neutral section, by the way, is supposed to be functional. As you can see, that's the magnets for the neutral section. Line light didn't go out at all there, so they're not. Like, come on, lads. It's like I say, this route just feels unfinished. It doesn't feel awful, but also it just doesn't feel like a good art style. Like I say, I think it's probably not done quite right. Like I say, the colour palette feels off to me. That's definitely part of the issue, at least in my head. And then I think it's too dark. It will be my feedback. Is the greens are are too deep. It's a lot of sort of lighter greens, especially this time of year. It's sort of not really summer. And I guess part of that's probably they only do 4 colour palettes. This would probably be like an October November palette. But even then, it just feels too deeply green. Oh crap! I didn't even hear that AWS scarf. That was really weird. Sorry about that, guys. Well, you'll see what a reset looks like on this train. It'd be interesting if TPWS links into this. I know I got TPWS in my last attempt at this, when I was doing my notes even, and shows how quickly, like how much these things slower at slow speeds. Got my traction lockout back. Oh no, so I've got a request to brake release. You know, they want me to AWS button on them. But it wants me to wait 60 seconds first. They have it. We'll take the chance to have a quick little look back here. Let's not do that because you'll mess me up again. And see, this is your safety systems we cut in earlier. If you need to close your unit hatch, or the hatch on the door, that's the button there to do it with. You've got see which of these is actually simulated. So none of those are actually simulated, interestingly. That's a window you can open, but you can't do anything once you open the window. Can I stand at the guard's position here? No, I cannot. Yeah. That would be a good feature to have, standing at the guard's position there. Not neutral, forward. AWS noise. Oh, come on, mate. I've waited more than 60 seconds. But break into emergency. I select emergency. So anyway, aside from that, looking at external modelling here, pan looks exactly right. So the pantograph, as you can see here, I've never seen the keep off markings on it. They're really low res if they are there though. You can see it's got this little wing for downforce, which is accurate, prototypical. Got some pigeons in the area. In coach I currently. Alright, so I've had this rant. There we go, brake releases. Take full power and get on our way. So we're not speed limited now at all. It's just we've had our timeout, we've been in trouble, and now we're on our way. The idea is, if I was drunk or whatever, I'd probably lose consciousness in the time it would take me to reset. I genuinely don't know why you have to sit for 60 seconds before you can move away again. And obviously, we'd be having a conversation with Signal saying, yes, sorry, the AWS in the cab's so quiet I didn't hear it go off. That's a conversation I'd be having with my driver manager when I got back to Newcastle. Well, or Leeds. Probably won't be relieved on this one. We'll get up to 100 and just coast. Because we're basically going to be there at this point. Hundred. Fly idle. Not fly idle. Jesus, I'm not in DCS, am I? Fucking hell, Emily, is all I'm going to say to that. Fucking hell, babe. Sorry, I just thought I heard a horn then. I thought I'd sound my horn back. Cheer the train up. Going the other way. It'd be nice to have like some trains run via the diversionary lines. I don't think it's commonly done in service, but it's just a bit of variety in gameplay, isn't it, really? I don't know with those lines what the sort of process for route refresh, but I know there used to be a train that ran via Ferry Hill, sort of regularly, just to keep drivers confident on it. Still yellow. So that is Doncaster Postal Terminal on the left. That's the GBRF yard. On the right here, this is Doncaster Down Decoy. No, Down Decoy on the left. That'll be Doncaster Up Yard. I've never noticed any motor wagons in there, and I wasn't paying attention either time I went through today, so I do apologise for that. But they don't seem right in my head. That's obviously Donny Car Depot, Doncaster Car, or Doncaster IP Depot, but you know, it. Yeah, when I start at 35 now. Actually, I want to probably drop the brake out at 30, just so we don't get 2 PWS like I did last time. Is that simulated on this route? No, I mean, to be honest, thinking about this route, what can we stick on here? I think I'm probably going to, this will be one of the routes I approach to redo the timetable for. The first route I'm planning is going to be most ambitious, and that's going to be Tees Valley Line. That crackle of audio happened again though. Interestingly, we've got the RHTT Filthy 66s in this route. They ship with the route, by the way. Wait, what? That caused me to jump though. Signal was very late setting the route there. Not Mr. Hassels. We'll just stay at 15 for the cross. And yeah, it's a 20 over the crossover, but we'll stay 15 since we are nice and slow, and then we'll come to a stand in Doncaster. On the left there, the big long building, that is the former Doncaster Works, now Wabtec Doncaster. They did a lot of maintenance on, like the heavy maintenance on the 2G5s. Oh, well, they do the heavy maintenance, I should say. So as an example, the respray or the re-livery into the new LNER sort of intercity-esque livery. That was them. It looks great in my opinion. Interestingly, today I actually arrived onto this platform from Retford. And then when I left, going to Newcastle, I went on the outside platform. In my head, it feels like you're crossing streams of trains if you do it. I don't know. Probably just me being daft. Correction, it is me being daft. But to give you my review on this route, I can categorically state it's a rush job. For the £29.99 I paid for the whole game, eh, but it just feels like DTG's overhyping themselves again. Then I'll just single digits, perfect. So we want boarding zone 10. Well, got the whole train on. That's, to be honest, we're about where the end of the train stops, so I don't think the stop car markers are at the end here. Yeah, there's the 8 and the 10s, and we'll stop on that instead. Unlock the doors on the left, reverse it to neutral, DRA set. Actually, I'll set reverser to off, so again, the DSD trips when it shouldn't. But we'll disembark our train. I enjoyed that. That was a really fun drive. It's, like I say, I think it's probably one of the weaker sections of the East Coast. Yeah. But thank you all very much for watching today, guys. I really hope you did enjoy my YouTube video. If you did, hit the like button, subscribe to see more from me on a regular basis. You can see I did a bit of speeding there at one point. But let's see, did we gold this, did we platinum this? What did we end on? Did no medals. Oof, that's upsetting. It's interesting. I didn't get any bonus points for using the cap systems. Interesting. Anyway, guys, thank you guys for watching. We'll see you guys in the next video. Until then, bye bye.